Hey, hello, and guess what? It's Dr. Ericka. I am here for another episode of Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka. As you can tell, we're still in an intermediate location. Welcome to my mother's kitchen. But I do not have a cooking lesson for you today. I have something for you that's special because if you follow me on social media, the one thing you know is I have an insane amount of love for Christmas movies. I love Christmas movies. I love everything Christmas. And there are some themes in these movies that even though we all talk about, well, all of us that watch these movies, that there is something that feels the same. There's like 2 or 3 different plots. They all are very similar, but for some reason, I still watch every one of them and love them like I don't know what's going to happen. But there's some really good life lessons put in there. Now, don't worry. It doesn't matter if Christmas is your jam or Christmas is not your jam. There's something in this talk for you. So let me go ahead and introduce you to who I am. I am Dr. Ericka, Harvard-trained, double board-certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I am on a mission to help you be better, do better, and live better. I do that through my adult telepsychiatry, my books, including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy, and my speaking, along with my hit podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka. I do all of that to help busy people like you that give and give and give and give some more. Finally start giving to yourself. I do all this to put you back in your life. We have a couple of housekeeping things to do on the front end of this. The first thing is if you know someone that needs this, please tag them. Just go right down there, hit tag. The next thing, if you know someone that needs this, you can share this. Sharing is caring. The last thing is if you're watching later, don't even worry about it. Just stick hashtag replay in the comments and let me know you're here. As you come in, do me a favor. Let me know where you are watching from. And also let me know, are Christmas movies your jam? Or are you not into Christmas? Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started. Now, there might be something thinking or some myths out there that these Christmas movies are corny. They are so corny. Well, we can all have a discussion of how corny are they, but there's still something in there. And there's also, you could have this question like, is there anything useful? What if I don't celebrate Christmas? Well, there are some lessons in these movies. It doesn't matter if you celebrate Christmas. It actually doesn't even matter if you are Christian. There are just some really good life lessons that I think is useful for us to talk about. It just happens to be that the vehicle today is Christmas movies. So since I don't want to keep you here forever, let's go ahead and get this started. So we're talking about 3 essential lessons from Christmas movies, or if you want to be totally PC, holiday movies. First thing is don't talk yourself out of your blessings. Something you see happen in all these movies half the time is there's someone that they walk by that tells them that, she don't love you. She don't really like you. She should be with that guy, or he should be with that guy or that girl, or you really don't need this job. You can't just be an artist. You need to be a banker. There's always someone in these movies telling people what they should do or what they shouldn't do when it's something that's in their heart to do. And sometimes you have people that literally they'll hear something or see something and they're like, oh, this isn't for me. Love isn't for me. I'm not going to talk to this person, or I really care about this person, but I'm not going to tell them. And they get in the way of their own blessings. So don't block your own blessings. Don't talk yourself out of your own blessings. Don't talk yourself out of your own purpose or your future. Because if you talk yourself out of it, you never know what could happen. Next thing is don't assume that people know what you are thinking. And we have stuff. Mom. And as you see, this is spontaneous. Things happen. As I said, I am at mama's house. So don't assume people know what you are thinking. So one of the things that happens so often in these movies is naturally, there's always these love stories and stuff, or even family love. And someone doesn't tell someone that their feelings are hurt, or they don't tell someone that loves them. And then they're pissed off because someone doesn't react the way they want them to. But the person never know they cared, or didn't know they cared, or didn't know that they aren't mad at them. So I'm just saying, don't assume people know what you are thinking. A lot of times when we make these assumptions, we create an entire narrative in our head that did not happen. Or a lot of times it gets in the way of us getting support or someone being there for us because we assume they know what we're thinking, or we assume they know and they didn't do something, so we mad. Don't assume people know what you're thinking. The third one is joy can be found in unexpected places. You just never know. So a lot of these things, it's joy happens in these little small towns, but you just never know what experience is going to bring you joy. So all the lesson is here is to be open to joy. To be open that joy can happen anywhere. Joy can happen when you're driving down the street. Joy can happen in the middle of Publix by the fried chicken. Joy can happen anywhere. It can happen in that walk in your neighborhood when you meet your cousin's dog or your best friend's baby. Just be open. Joy can happen literally anywhere. We got a bonus. Who doesn't like a bonus? So the bonus is miracles can happen when you are open to love. Now, I realize that sounds really dramatic because we're talking about Christmas movies. They are always dramatic. But you can substitute miracles for good things. Good things can happen when you're open to love. And this isn't just love of finding your big love, the love of your life, the storybook fairy tale love. This is when you're open to love of friends, of community, of family. It doesn't just have to be romantic love, but you never know. Wonderful things happen when you're open to love. But if we close ourselves out to love, a lot of times you're not going to get to feel all those great emotions and make those connections. So we have to be open enough to make those connections. So let's do a quick roundup. I feel like I have fuzz on my face, so that's why I keep touching my face. I know I shouldn't be touching my face because we're still in a pandemic. So we're going to do a quick rundown and get you out of here. Again, if you know someone that needs this, please tag them. If you know someone that needs this, you could always share. Sharing is caring. The last thing is, if you're watching it later, to hashtag replay in the comments. Oh, gosh, I think there is a gremlin that is tickling my face with an imaginary feather. Okay? I'm just saying. We're going to do a rundown and get you out of here. We're talking about 3 essential lessons for Christmas movies. We could call them holiday movies. They can be corny movies. I don't care what you call them, but they are lessons. First one is, don't talk yourself out of your blessings. Listen to your heart. Listen to your own prayers. Listen to the universe. And be open to good things happening. Don't talk yourself out of your blessings. The next is, don't assume people know what you're thinking. There are so many miscommunications and ways that we break connection by not communicating what we're actually thinking. Nobody's a mind reader, and we're in the pandemic, so nobody's at their best anyway. So don't assume people know what you're thinking and then react to them not reacting the way you want them to. All right? The third one is, joy can be found in unexpected places. Be open to joy no matter where you are, what you're doing. You never know when that little moment of joy is going to happen. And we know there's a lot of craziness going on. So you got to hold on to those little pockets of joy, those little moments. The bonus is, miracles or great things can happen when you are open to love. But it's harder to receive love if you are closed off from love. And as we said before, this isn't just romantic love. There's a lot of love out there, and it's not always of the romantic kind. So be open to it. The next thing I'd like to just tell you is, thank you so much for checking in. You know, this is Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka. We come on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. I know you could be a lot of places. I appreciate it that you decide to stop by and check me out. As you see scrolling below, if you want a little bit more of Dr. Ericka, you can always binge these videos. But if you don't feel like doing video, you can always binge my podcast. It's scrolling below. It's called Better with Dr. Ericka. You can find it on the web at betterthepodcast.com, or go to your favorite podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Just put in Better with Dr. Ericka. You'll find me. I'm super excited about my episode this week. It is something I'm really proud of. It features one of my favorite people. Winter Wheeler talks about growth and grace. You're going to want to tune in because we talk about everything from finding ways to grow in these periods that are stretching you so much, especially this period of the pandemic, racial injustice, general adulting. And then also even getting to everything that pushes and pulls you in this holiday season, along with finances. So I just want you to listen out, because we talk about ways to grow in these periods, ways to do self-improvement, professional development, how to manage all of these things with grace. And we even talk about some of the ins and outs of therapy. So I would love for you to check it out. As you see, it's on all the places scrolling below that we talked about earlier. So you see, you can find the podcast. The new episodes come every Tuesday. Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka comes on 7 p.m. Eastern. So on Tuesday. So Tuesdays is my big day. And I just want to say thank you so much for your time. I look forward to seeing you around. And That's what I got for you today. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you on the interwebs. And please feel free to check out the podcast. If you enjoy, do me a favor, give it a follow or subscribe. And if you really like it, rate and review it. It helps me have better content for you. So that's what I got for you today. Have a wonderful day.